The Duggar family has long been regarded as a symbol of faith, tradition, and strong family bonds. However, the well-known family has once again found themselves in the midst of a contentious situation. In this instance, Johannah Duggar, who is one of the younger girls in the family, is also implicated. Despite the fact that her family is against it, there are rumors circulating that Johannah has married someone in secret, which would be a significant decision on her part. For years, fans of the Duggars have been following them, and they feel as though this news is like an earthquake that is shaking the image that they have so carefully constructed. What is the truth about what actually took place? What was the reason that Johannah made the decision to do this? What is the reaction of her family to this surprising twist in the story? We ought to examine this narrative from each and every possible perspective. In order to produce a fluent and natural-sounding translation, the original text must be translated in a manner that is as close as possible to the original text's meaning. What is the name of Johannah Duggar? Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar are parents to 18 children in all. Johannah Faith Duggar, who was born in the year 2005, is the 18th child. She was a cast member on both 19 Kids and Counting and its sequel, Counting On, when she was a child. She was well known for possessing a cheerful and energetic disposition during that time. Johannah has always been regarded as someone who is independent and extroverted, and she is even considered to be more of a free spirit than the other members of her family. This is different from her older sisters, who were responsible for carrying out the majority of the domestic chores on a regular basis. Johannah is now 19 years old and is beginning to transition into adulthood. It appears that she is making decisions that are very different from those that her family would like her to make. A wedding that is secret from everyone? Dating in the Duggar family is subject to a number of stringent regulations. Dates are required to be chaperoned by an adult, side hugs are favored over full embraces, and the first kiss must be saved for the wedding aisle. Throughout their lives, Jim Bob and Michelle have been diligent in their supervision of all connections, and they have always made sure that they were in the clear. They do this in order to maintain the family's unity and to uphold Christian principles. However, if the claims that people are making are accurate, then Johannah opted to disregard those regulations entirely. According to many who are familiar with the family, she fell in love with a young man, but her parents did not completely approve of him. She did not wait to obtain Jim Bob's approval. Instead, she is said to have made plans for a small wedding that would only include a handful of her closest friends and the groom that she had chosen. If this covert wedding is genuine, it will be the first time that anyone is aware of a Duggar daughter being married without obtaining the consent of her family. Why should one go against what the family desires? One of the most pressing questions is why Johannah would choose to dispute with her parents in such a public forum. Many other proposals have been put forth, including the following. Treat love as more important than tradition. Johannah may have genuinely believed that she had discovered the person she was meant to spend the rest of her life with, and that if she waited for her parents to give their approval before moving on, it would simply delay her happiness. Dissimilar ideas. Johannah has grown increasingly autonomous in her religious beliefs and lifestyle choices, according to certain individuals who are close to the family. This increased independence may not always align with Jim Bob and Michelle's conservative beliefs. Desire to be free. Given the fact that she had to adhere to stringent regulations during her childhood, it is possible that Johannah had a desire to assume control of her own life, even if it meant causing pain to her family. Anxiety in the family. Johannah may have made the decision that she would be better off forging her own path in life due to the fact that the Duggar family has experienced a large number of difficulties in recent years. The reactions of the family. Jim Bob Duggar values family time and respect more than nearly anything else, which is something that fans know for certain about him. Upon learning that Johannah was going to be married, he was both heartbroken and enraged, according to reports. Michelle, who constantly makes an effort to maintain peace, shed some tears when she found out that her daughter had decided to conceal information rather than place her trust in her. That's what others are saying. It has been said that Johannah's brothers reacted in a variety of ways. Johannah is pursuing her passion, and there are a few of her sisters that are discreetly rooting for her because they are pleased for her. Other people are taken aback and are concerned about the impact that this would have on the family's reputation, which is already in a poor state. There are still differences of opinion among the brothers. Some of them are supportive of her independence, while others remain in favor of Jim Bob's control. Fans are eagerly awaiting an official announcement from the family to find out whether or not they intend to legally recognize the marriage. It is possible that the family will choose to remain silent, as they have done in the past when scandals have occurred. Comments from the audience. As soon as rumors about Johannah Duggar's secret marriage began to circulate, fans of the Duggar family took to social media to express their shock, support, and sadness. "Wow" is one of the statements that can be found on either a social networking site or a fan forum. There was always something that was a little bit strange about Johannah. I am pleased that she stood up for the things she believed in, but I am sorry that her family was unable to support her in her efforts. This makes me feel very sad. Family was always important to the Duggars, but now one of their own had to get married behind everyone's back. Jim Bob needs to recognize that his children are not robots. Johannah has the right to be happy now that they are an adult, even if things do not turn out the way that they would like them to. There are many who are in favor of Johannah because they believe that she is old enough to make her own decisions. On the other hand, there are those who oppose her actions because they are concerned that her decision to go against her family's traditions will result in issues that will persist for a long time. The Duggar family's legacy is at risk of being lost. The values of family, unity, and faith are the foundation upon which the Duggars have established their reputation. It would be in direct opposition to the entire foundation of that brand if a daughter were to make the decision to get married without first obtaining approval. This could be an indication that Jim Bob and Michelle have less control and influence over their younger children than they do over their older ones. For viewers who are lovers of TLC, this provides even more drama to a family that is already experiencing a great deal of difficulty. For Johannah, it could signify freedom, but it could also signify that she will be cut off from the only group of people she has ever known in her life. The public perception of the Duggar family has been problematic in the past. However, this time it feels more personal because one of the girls is making a courageous and independent decision. Johannah's perspective on the story, despite the fact that she has not made any public statements regarding the matter. Those who are close to Johannah claim that she is genuinely in love and pleased with the decision that she has made. According to reports, she desired for her wedding to be focused on love rather than on rules or how she would look to the world. Her friends said that she was aware that her family may not approve of her decision, but she was not going to allow that to prevent her from doing what she wanted to do. Johannah had been waiting for an opportunity to finally take control of her life and transition into adulthood on her own terms. And this was that opportunity. Is it possible for faith and family to once again coexist peacefully? Kindness, forgiveness, and love that is not contingent upon any external factors are all integral components of the Duggar family's religious beliefs. If they remain committed to these convictions, there is still a chance that peace might be restored inside the family. However, the struggle between tradition and independence is certain to continue for a long time. It is possible that Johannah will need to figure out a method to demonstrate to her parents that she loves them while simultaneously establishing boundaries. In a similar vein, Jim Bob and Michelle might have to come to terms with the fact that their children will not always follow the precise path that they would choose for them, and that they may have to relinquish their expectations as a result. This difficult but essential step might be required of the younger Duggar children and their parents if they want to improve their relationship with one another. The television set is not working properly. What the future holds for the Duggar family. The public image of the Duggar family in the future is something that people are questioning as a result of the startling announcement of the wedding. Is the family going to issue a public statement regarding the wedding? Is there any possibility that Johannah and her newly married spouse may ever make appearances in films or interviews? Will any of the other Duggar children follow in her footsteps by choosing to be independent rather than adhering to the family's customs? The family is already divided as a result of scandals from the past. There is a possibility that Johannah's secret wedding will make matters worse, but it could also be a catalyst for a significant conversation about how the Duggar family can evolve and develop. The conclusion. A bold new chapter for the couple. The news of Johannah Duggar's secret wedding, which was a direct contradiction of what her family desired, has come as a complete shock to every member of the Duggar family. Michelle's decision has caused a great deal of sorrow for Jim Bob, Michelle, and the majority of her brothers, but it is a courageous step in the direction of independence. This marks the beginning of a new phase in Johannah's life. Her parents' rules will not be the ones that form this one. Instead, this one will be shaped by her own decisions and her own love story. The Duggar family is being given a rude awakening. Their children are getting older, and not all of them are going to follow the path that they had envisioned for them. There is one thing that we can say with absolute certainty. Johannah's courage has transformed the narrative for all time. Whether or not this has improved relations between the Duggars remains to be seen, and we will need to wait and watch what happens.